Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. A collection of worlds so vivid, so immersive and so impactful that they change the way you see gaming forever. These are the games that go beyond just entertainment. They challenge us, inspire us, and stay with us long after the credits roll. Today, we're embarking on a journey through some of the most unforgettable gaming experiences ever created. These aren't just games. They are moments in time that every gamer owes it to themselves to live through. These are some of my favorite games of all time, in my order of somewhat preference, because some of these are impossible to rank for me. Let's dive in. Imagine a blank canvas, infinite in size and filled with endless possibilities. Minecraft isn't just a game, it's a phenomenon. It's a place where creativity meets survival, where building an elaborate fortress is as rewarding as delving deep into uncharted caves in search of rare treasures. The beauty of Minecraft lies in its simplicity. With nothing more than blocks and your imagination, you can create entire worlds. I mean, players are creating fully working computers inside Minecraft. But this game isn't all peace, quiet and creativity. As the sun sets, the world transforms and survival becomes the focus. Creepers, skeletons and zombies test your ability to adapt and strategize. This constant shift between creation and survival is what keeps the experience fresh. And then there's the multiplayer. Building with friends, collaborating on massive projects or engaging in chaotic battles adds layers of fun. If Minecraft taught us anything, is that the only limit is what you're willing to build. And if you only prefer one style, survival or creative, you can just play that way without worrying about anything else. It's just so simple and incredible. It's funny, because this is one I haven't played all that much, but I'm still impressed by how much impact it had on the industry and how it allowed the creativity of so many players expand. From the infinite creativity of Minecraft, we plunged into the chaos of Far Cry 3. Where Minecraft invites you to create, Far Cry 3 challenges you to survive. Dropped into a tropical paradise that's anything but happy, you are thrust into a story of survival, rebellion and madness. Vaz Montenegro, with his unnerving charisma and iconic definition of insanity, sets the tone for a narrative that's as gripping as it is unpredictable. And it's still to me one of the best antagonists in gaming of all time. Michael Mando truly delivered the performance of a lifetime with this one. And he's already pretty good at Better Call Saul. The lush, vibrant environment contrasts sharply with the darkness of the story. It's not just a backdrop, it's a playground filled with danger and opportunity. You are free to approach challenges your way, whether it's stealthily taking down outposts or charging in guns blazing. Far Cry 3 is a masterclass in how to blend open world exploration with a story that keeps you on edge. And if you have played it, I'm sure that that certain mission with an unexpected song stay with you for long. And you know what I'm talking about. After the gritty tension of Far Cry 3, let's take a leap, literally, into the colorful, whimsical world of Super Mario 64. This game didn't just set the stage for 3D platformers, it revolutionized gaming as a whole. Jumping into a painting and being transported to a new world felt magical, and the variety of levels with its fun approach to game design felt surreal on the era of the Nintendo 64. Every level in Super Mario 64 is a playground of discovery. From soaring through the skies into wing-capped racing penguins on icy slopes, each challenge is brimming with charm. And while it may seem worlds apart from Far Cry 3, they share a core trait: freedom. Mario's movesets, with triple jumps, wall kicks and ground pounds, gives players the tools to experiment and tackle challenges in creative ways. It's a timeless reminder of the joy gaming can bring. Honestly, after Super Mario 64, only Galaxy and Odyssey were able to capture the same feeling on a Super Mario game in my opinion. From the bright, nostalgic colors of Super Mario 64, we step into the immersive, hyper-realistic world of Half-Life Alyx. If Mario showed us what 3D gaming could be, Alyx shows us the future of gaming itself. Virtual reality transforms the way we interact with digital worlds, and Alyx is still its crown jewel. Every detail in Half-Life Alyx feels alive in a way that makes you want to interact. Picking up objects, solving puzzles and engaging in combat feels so natural, it's easy to forget you're playing a game. The tension is palpable, especially when you're carefully searching dark corners for ammo while trying to avoid dead crabs. It's a different kind of freedom from Mario's cheerful exploration. A freedom to feel completely immersed and vulnerable in a world that reacts to your every move. And maybe it's just me, but the game felt like two different in just one. The tone in the first half of the game is so different from the second one, it's barely recognizable sometimes. And they both shine in their own way. VR is still a niche market, and I don't see it changing in the near future, as it is still an expensive hobby to get into. But honestly, if you have the chance, you really need to try it sometime. It's still the best experience I've ever had in gaming, and I was skeptical of trying it in the first time. The immersion of Half-Life Alyx transitions perfectly into the sprawling, epic adventure of The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Where Alyx places you in a detailed, confined space, Skyrim opens up an entire world. And well, yeah, it's not VR. Although there's a VR version of Skyrim as well, but let's ignore that one for the sake of this video. Mountains, forests and ruins stretch as far as the eye can see, inviting you to forge your own path. Whether you're slaying dragons, mastering spells, or just collecting random stuff like cheese wheels, Skyrim is about choice. It's a world where every action, big or small, has weight. Like Alyx, it immerses you, but here, the immersion comes from the sheer scale of its world. And just as you can experiment with Mario's moves or Alyx VR mechanics, Skyrim's flexibility lets you play as a hero, a thief, or anything in between. It's the ultimate sandbox RPG, proving that immersion comes in many forms. It's one of those games that the main story just becomes secondary. In fact, it's one of the worst storylines of the game. You can do everything, almost, and the modding community just made this game truly timeless. It came out 14 years ago, and the game is still actively played on Steam. Yeah, it's that old, I know. From the snowy peaks of Skyrim, we shift to the bustling streets of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Like Skyrim, San Andreas offers an open world brimming with possibilities, but here, the focus is on urban chaos and cultural commentary of the 80s. CJ's journey through gang wars, corrupt cops, and personal redemption feels so vast and engaging as any fantasy epic, just with a more realistic approach to the life of Los Angeles in the past. San Andreas doesn't just let you explore, it does its best to immerse you in its world. The cities feel alive, each with its own personality, challenges and opportunities. Whether you're participating in bike races, customizing your car or evading the police, the freedom is intoxicating. San Andreas encourages you to get lost in its details, creating your own stories along the way. Although an already old game, it still doesn't feel as outdated as expected. It behaves much better than Vice City by today's standard, and is still the best story ever written in a GTA game for me. Come on, you have Samuel Jackson staring on it.
Passenger, show us your hand.
But enough about gangs and fire weapons. We're stepping into the enchanting, whimsical world of Final Fantasy IX. While both San Andreas and Final Fantasy IX explore themes of identity and redemption, this one does so through a fairy tale lens. It's a storybook brought to life, filled with airships, magical creature, and heartfelt moments. The cast of characters, from Zidane's mischievous charm to Vivi's existential journey, it feels deeply personal. And much like San Andreas, the world of Gaia is one you'll want to explore. Towns, dungeons, and hidden secrets are everywhere, each adding layers to a narrative that's equal parts epic and intimate. Final Fantasy IX reminds us that even in the world of fantasy, the most impactful stories are the ones that feel human. I love Final Fantasy as a whole, but when being asked about one to recommend someone to play, I always go back to 9. There's something truly special on it. Night City right now is a stark contrast to what it was in the past, and I really mean that. Riddled with issues at launch, it was good, but far from great. Now, it stands as one of the best games of all time, period. Cyberpunk 2077 plunges you into a dystopian future where technology and humanity collide. It's a story about identity, but the questions are way darker and much more complex than the games I've mentioned before. The neon-lit streets of Night City are teeming with life, offering endless possibilities for exploration and moral dilemmas. Whether you are hacking into systems, upgrading your body with cyberware, or navigating the tangled web of corporate corruption, every choice feels significant. Maybe in the game it's not, but it feels that way. Cyberpunk's world is as intricate as Skyrim's and as reactive as Half-Life Alyx's, proving once again that gaming's greatest strength is in its ability to transport us. And Phantom Liberty, the solo expansion released on it, is the cherry on top. Idris Elba shines alongside with Keanu Reeves in one of the darkest parts of the entire Cyberpunk experience. Easily one of the best DLCs of all time, and the whole package is among my favorite games ever, if not the favorite. From the same team that brought Cyberpunk to life comes another one to this list. If Cyberpunk is a story of technology's grip on humanity, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is a tale of humanity's struggles with the natural world. Both games share an emphasis on choice and consequence, but The Witcher 3 anchors these themes in a medieval fantasy setting that feels alive and untamed. Based on the books of a Polish writer that I won't dare to try to pronounce his name, Geralt's of Rivia's journey is deeply personal, yet universally resonant. Every quest, from battling monstrous beasts to solving villagers' problems, feels rich with meaning. And like Cyberpunk's Night City, the continent is a character in its own right, filled with stories waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're playing cards in Gwent or making difficult moral decisions, The Witcher 3 is a testament to the power of storytelling in games. And storytelling in narrative is where The Witcher 3 shines its best. The writing on this game is so good that sometimes seems impossible, even more for a game that's from 2015. Every single storyline is deep and embraces you even further into the world of witchers, monsters and fantasy. I got truly lost when I played this for the first time. Every single free time I had was spent playing this gem. I sank around 150 hours in less than 2 months, and I was at the university and working at the same time during that period. We end our journey through this list in the Art of the Wild West, with a game that's as much about beauty of the open world as it is about the depth of its characters. Red Dead Redemption 2 is an experience that transcends gaming, pulling you into the life of Arthur Morgan, a complex outlaw navigating loyalty, morality and survival in a changing world. Let me just add something quick. Morgan is the best written video game character ever, at least from a realistic and moral standpoint. Where The Witcher 3 explored humanity's interaction with its environments, Red Dead Redemption 2 makes you feel their environments. Every sunrise, every rustle of the trees, and every distant gunshot immerses you in a world teetering on the edge of modernity. The emotional weight of Arthur's story ties seamlessly to the choices you make, whether you help a stranger in need or rob a train with your gang. What makes Red Dead Redemption 2 particularly special is its ability to evoke reflection. Much like Cyberpunk 2077's exploration of identity and Skyrim's vast freedom, it asks you to consider the cost of your actions and the legacy you leave behind. It's a fitting end to our journey, a game that reminds us why these virtual worlds leave such lasting impression on us, bleeding artistry, storytelling and gameplay into a masterpiece. If there was a game that I would like to revisit without already knowing its story, it's this one. Truly one of the best masterpieces of the gaming industry. So there you have it, a collection of worlds that are as diverse as they are unforgettable. Each of these games is a gateway to experiences that challenge, entertain and inspire us in unique ways. They remind us of gaming's infinite possibilities, from the blocky landscapes of Minecraft to the sprawling wilderness of Red Dead Redemption 2. Whether you have explored all of these worlds or are just starting your journey, remember this. Gaming isn't just about playing. It's about living these stories, forging connections, and seeing the world through different lenses and perspectives, whether these are your own or from the characters you're controlling. Now it's your turn. What games have left an indelible mark on you? Let me know in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. And if you're still here, thanks for sticking with me, and leave a like to help get this video to more people. Consider subscribing if you want to see more, and until next time, happy gaming!